Hi, everybody. Now we are here for our 900 members who are coming on here, Facebook Live with me, where you can showcase yourself and your business. Now, I say business, and I'll say this every time, to be in now, you actually don't have to have a business. But the very fact of coming onto a Facebook Live with me helps with confidence. So it's a way of being able to have that confidence to go out there and do what it is that you want to do. So these Facebook Lives, 100 days, 100 members, are all about you, the members of now. And as I said, this is to showcase your business, which my lovely guest member tonight is Dorcus. And Dorcus does have a business. So Dorcus, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, Lindsay. Thank you for having me. It's a privilege to be here tonight.
Thank you.
So my background, I have 24 plus years experience in the sales and marketing field. Mainly, the jobs I've had have been with IT companies. I've been in pensions, and I've also been in management consultancy. So most of my career I've spent in the corporate world, wearing the suit and carrying the laptop and jet setting and traveling. And now I've decided, you know what? It's time for me. I'm ready. And this is when I started. I wouldn't say started. I've actually picked up the pieces because I had originally started this cleaning business in 2016.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. And it started, when I started it, it was a friend who said, Dorcas, it's so difficult to get reliable cleaners, because I was complaining about the corporate world and how much of a rat race it is. And it's so hectic. And with the kids and stuff, school pickups, I was missing out on all the rugby matches and the plays. And there was a lot I was missing out on. And I was complaining, which I shouldn't have been doing. But then she came up with an idea. She says, Dorcas, you know, I own a couple of Airbnbs. And it's so difficult to get cleaners. Have you thought about cleaning?
Was this a friend of yours mentioned this?
Yes, a friend of mine mentioned it. And you won't believe it. We had this discussion in a supermarket. So I was shopping and she was shopping. And we met in a supermarket. Along the supermarket aisle is where we had the discussion. So she says,
you can network anywhere, can't you?
Yeah.
Right.
So she said to me, have you thought about cleaning? And I thought, actually, no. She says, do you clean? I said, actually, I love cleaning. I really do. And she said, have a think and let me know, because I'm looking for someone to help me with my Airbnbs. Got home, thought about a name, and I thought, okay, let's call it Clean. So I was originally called Clean Holiday Lets because she mentioned Airbnbs. And that's how I started in 2016. And then she started getting busy and I was still in a full-time job. And I got the fright of my life and I just dropped it because it started growing. And I thought, no, I'm not ready for this. So I went back to her and I said, I'm not ready for this. I can only do weekends. I can't do during the week. And she says, oh, Dorcas, you know, it's such a shame because with Airbnbs, you don't know when a client is checking in and checking out. And we need someone who's there all the time, who we can rely on. And I said, I'll be honest with you. At the moment, I don't feel like I'm ready. And I put it aside. And then carried on with my job. And then it got to me where I stopped for a moment and I thought, after a couple of years, Dorcas, you've been moaning for so long. Do something about it. Just do something about it. So I started this shampoo business. It was network marketing, which I'm still in, but doing it on the sideline, not as focused as I am with cleaning. And the reason why I'm still doing it is because it's a brilliant product, but it needs a lot of time and effort to get it rolling. So I still have my clients and I'm still buying product for myself. However, I thought, okay, so the what's going to bring in the money quickly is cleaning. So I went back and I picked up all the pieces and I thought, okay, I'm going to run with this. Went back to all my clients, the previous ones, including my friend who does the Airbnb, and said, listen, I have decided that that's it. I'm enough of the corporate world. She says, are you serious about this? And I said, yes, I am. I've left my job and I'm going to focus solely on cleaning. And she says, that's brilliant. Okay, so when can you start? So I started cleaning for her, and then she got her dad to join in. So I started cleaning for her dad. Now her dad, he has a flat, but it's in a complex with elderly people. So they all own their own little flats, and he's in a complex. So when I started cleaning for him, he then spoke to a friend who said, actually, I'm looking for a cleaner. Can I have a look at your place? So he showed her around, and she was like, oh my God, wow, this is immaculate. I need to meet this girl. He introduced me to her, and I started cleaning for her. And it's just had a snowball effect. Now I've got 3 clients in the complex.
Wow.
Another one whom I met at the lift when I was leaving on Monday. And she said, oh, Dorcas. So I looked at her. Lindsay, I froze and I thought, oh my gosh. I don't remember her name. She says, do you remember me? And I said, well, I remember your voice, but I didn't remember her name. And she said to me, I met you a couple of years ago. I need to get in touch with you again. And she added me onto Facebook, and I think she hasn't contacted me yet. I think she will in the future.
Yes.
But that's how it's just started growing. So now, having set up this cleaning business, what we do is we focus on domestic cleaning, which is all the entrepreneurs, professionals who don't have the time to clean. They're just so busy. All they need is someone to come in either weekly, fortnightly, monthly, or maybe once a month and clean up their place. So sometimes they give me their keys and I just go in with the girls, or I will allocate a girl to go in and clean their property. Now, in addition to that, we also do student accommodation, Airbnbs, and we've started office cleaning as well. So it's just had the snowball effect on the work that we're doing, and it's really taken off well. So I'm truly grateful to all my clients. Please keep talking about clean.
Absolutely.
So now we're called Clean Lets and Domestic Services. I've taken out the holiday because my clients were saying, Dorcas, your name is a bit misleading, because when people see you, they look at your name and think, oh, okay, she only focuses on holiday lets and Airbnbs.
Right.
So now we're called Clean Lets and Domestic Services, because that I believe that covers the Airbnbs, it covers the student accommodation, it covers domestic and offices.
So obviously, I mean, somebody can call you up and you've got a Facebook page, and if they want you, I mean, if they want some free time and not have to think about their house, and they can get on with the business or get on with the fun, you are there to help them.
I am. And Lindsay, I don't think a lot of people realize how cleaning actually stresses them out, because I've had feedback from my clients, and most of them are saying, Dorcas, you don't understand how much that 2 hours that you've given me back in my life has made such a difference. And it's such a pleasure coming home you can actually smell from the door that Dorcas has been in. So I sit and I say to them, I hope that's a good thing. And they say, no, it's great because we know that our property has been cleaned.
Yes.
I mean, one of my clients, when he comes to the door, sometimes they'll be there. So they will be present when the girls and I are cleaning. Sometimes they're not available. So they give me the key to go in and clean for them. When they are there, Lindsay, you should see them tiptoeing around their own home. And I say, why are you tipping toes? And they're like, oh my gosh, my house is so clean. I feel like I need a shower.
Oh, Dorcas, that's fantastic. And very quickly, I would like you to tell everybody your story, because I've known Dorcas for at least 2 years now. And Dorcas, you have the most wonderful story of how you got into the UK. So very quickly, do tell us.
Okay, so I arrived in the UK at the time I was married. I arrived in the UK. I was expecting for Joshua, my youngest son, who's now 12. And my oldest son, Michael, he was 5. The reason why we arrived into the UK is because I am originally from Zimbabwe and we were carjacked. We were carjacked. They came into our property, and it was an absolute nightmare because they were looking for money, and we told them we don't have any money. So that in itself was just emotionally, how can I put it? It was just, we just couldn't stay there anymore. And I love my home. Don't get me wrong, Lindsay, but it's a safety side of things that is so heartbreaking for me. And I'm sure one day I probably will go back. I don't know. Maybe to visit, because most of my family is no longer in Zimbabwe. I only have my sister-in-law and my sister who are both in South Africa. So if I was to go back, I would go back to visit my, and I haven't been back in so long, only because it's so expensive to go back. But it's on my bucket list because Joshua needs to go back and see what Africa is all about.
Oh, yes.
Michael was born there, so Michael knows, and he went back on a rugby tour in 2017. And he said, Mom, it was so nice to be, he says, I can't explain the feeling, but it just brought back so many memories.
Really?
Yes, yes. And he was only 5 when he left, Lindsay, so he remembered so much.
Wow.
And now it's gotten to a point where sometimes even to de-stress himself, he'll go onto YouTube and he'll look for African music.
Seriously?
Yeah, and he will actually send me the link on WhatsApp and say, Mom, listen to this song.
You see, it's there. His first 5 years, he felt it. He knew what was, and that's what helped him. So taking that into yourself when you're in a mood, when you're in a bad mood, how do you improve that?
So I wouldn't, for me, I wouldn't call it a bad mood as such. I would call it a challenging day.
Oh, I like that.
And in business, you will face, don't get me wrong, in business, it is a challenge. It's a challenge to start up a business from scratch, to run with it, make sure it's making a profit, because you become your own boss, meaning that you've got to bring in the money, you have to pay yourself, you have to pay the bills, you've got employees who need to be paid, and you've still got to motivate them and look for clients. And if the list is endless, it goes on and on and on. So what I do, Lindsay, is my faith is so strong, and it's because I was brought up in a faith-filled family. So for me, I believe, and it may not be for everybody, and I respect everybody, what everybody else believes in, but for me, what works for me is reaching out to the Bible. Because growing up, I was taught that the Bible is the book of life. So that has been ingrained and instilled in me. And my mom, especially when it was towards her last months, the last time with us when she was ill with cancer, she always said to me, Dorcas, you've got aunties and uncles and your brothers there, your sisters are there, but you have to remember that we all have our own bucket of challenges to face. So I'm not saying don't reach out if you need to speak to somebody, but always look into the Bible. It's a book of treasures that you just need one scripture which you can hold on to. And when you confess it and you say your affirmation and you believe it and you walk by faith, Lindsay, things happen. Things happen.
Yes, your affirmations are the ones that sort of really sort of come true and have your feelings. Well, Dorcas, can you believe we've got 1 more minute left? Thank you so much. I know we could just, well, we do, don't we? When we do manage to meet, we do just go on and on and on. It's just so much. So thank you very much. So everybody go.
Before we just close, I just wanted to say, see, cleaning, it's not just cleaning. Cleaning is a skill. So yes, we all go around cleaning our homes, but for me, I believe there's a certain way that you go about cleaning, and it has to be done in a certain way so that you can see that your place has been cleaned. For example, we do deep cleans and we do regular cleans. And what we do is we have a checklist here. I don't know if you can see that. We've got a regular checklist
All right.
which we give to our clients.
I tell you what, Dorcas, I am going to have to stop you there simply because I'm trying to keep this at 15 minutes. But
Okay.
what we're going to do is if you email me or send me that checklist, and I will actually put it up into the group.
Okay.
And everybody in the group, if you want to know more about not if you want Dorcas to come and clean your place, but if you want to know what it's like to start a business on your own with a family, Dorcas, I'm sure, will be the first to help you and give you that incentive. So this is the end of our 9th broadcasting episode, and all these episodes are uploaded to YouTube and with all your links and everything else. But I can't go into everything that happens with these videos because we're even on 16 minutes. So I'm not doing very good with my 15 minutes. So thank you again, Dorcas, and thank you everybody who's watching there. And now I'm going to love you and leave you and catch you tomorrow.
Thanks
Bye
for having me, Lindsay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
My pleasure. Bye.